We all face days, hours, where we're at a crossroads and we have to make a big decision. It might be that you're in a disagreement with your husband and you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do at this point? Maybe you're bothered about some kind of behavior of his and you're like, oh, am I supposed to confront him? Am I supposed to draw a boundary? Am I supposed to just pray and the Lord will be the one that changes my husband's path? I mean, what am I supposed to do? It could be a parenting thing where you're just not sure what you should do with this rebellious, strong-willed child and you're like, I don't know, I'm reading some of the parenting books and they're saying this, but another parenting book is suggesting that, and I'm not quite sure what I should do. Or maybe it's a financial decision or a decision about a relationship with a person at church that's strained, or there's a resentment or whatever. And it's really tempting to call about 10 girlfriends and say, I don't know, this is what's going on, and get their opinion. And I'm not saying that sometimes that isn't the way to go, because we know that there is wisdom in a multitude of counselors. That's one of the Proverbs in the Bible. However, my very, very best advice in those moments when I have to make a decision, my very best advice, perfect every time, comes directly from the Lord. Now, He might speak to you through His Word. As you're opening up the Bible, something just might pop off the page and you're like, oh, that's God's direction to me. But often for me, when I finally, after I'm spinning around in a tizzy and worrying about and fretting about and considering all my possibilities and my options, when I finally stop spinning around and I actually just quiet myself and say, Lord, what am I supposed to do? Would you just speak to me? Open up my spiritual ears to hear your voice. I won't hear an audible voice. I've never heard an audible voice, but I'll often have like a word impressed upon my heart. Yes or no, or do this or do that. That's just kind of impressed upon my heart. And this is God's promise to us. In Psalm 32:8, He says, I will direct you and counsel you in the way you should go. In Psalm 142, the psalmist writes, when my spirit faints within me, you know my way. I tell you, there have been times where this has been invaluable for me to stop, quiet myself, and just say, Lord, speak to me right now. What direction should I go? There was a time recently where I was determined to go this way. It seemed absolutely right. It seemed like the righteous, correct, godly decision. I could have probably asked 10 godly girlfriends if this was the right thing to do, and they probably all would have said yes. In fact, I could biblically support going this way, but guess what? God knew something that I didn't know about this specific situation that I had no way of knowing. And so when I did pause and ask Him, He told me to go a different route, and it turned out to be the perfect way to go. Just an example that when my spirit faints within me, you know the way. So don't forget to pause, quiet yourself, consult God, believe in faith that He will speak a word to you, just that quiet little nudge or impression upon your heart. I believe He will do it. Try it.